Okay, so I have Orsinium. You know, the one I need is Shadows of the Hist, right? Oh, this is not good. Only 11 hours left. I don't have the money for this. Not good. Fulfill your fantasies of a fungal flat with this fabulous Telvanni Wizard's Tower on a private island on Azura's coast. Comes complete with grand foyer, workshop, suite, and tower chamber, ideal for magical research. Makes a great place. Okay, DLC. Okay, yeah, still need that. Plus a white mane horse and 3 costumes? Really? This seems really cool. It says 3 costumes. Oh, okay. Oh, white mane horse. Oh, that's nice. Now that is really nice. This might be the thing to get Lisa. Wow, yeah, this is... Daffin. Okay. Cliff Striders against Cliff Striders. Love it. What was I? Food. Okay. Should I save that for a boss? Okay, I'll do the recovery. Yours self-destruct though. Ooh, not true left. think I know that. That place. If this is... Oh, okay, that's... I think I do remember it, but... I guess he just wants to stick to the quest.
Azura is my shield, you foul creatures.
What? Who's talking? Oh, is that the wise woman? Fate is the book that she writes into inscribe our worth and deserts. You know, in a way, I guess what makes the Warden kind of balanced, like the most balanced of the characters. You have a sorcerer who's more magically inclined and summons because he can have two summoned creatures, you know, at the same time, but is kind of weak at like melee and like close up. For the Warden, he can do the melee or bow or whatever. He's strong like close, but he also has spells, and he can still summon, although not two things, can still summon like one thing, so not two like the sorcerer. So he's kind of like balanced in that way, that he's kind of equal in everything, having one summon, because there's no other character that has a summon, I believe. I mean, you have the Nightblade, but that's that Shadow Warrior, but it's doesn't draw aggro. It's not really considered a summon. It's probably like the equivalent to something like the Striders that I can cast. And it acts more like a buff than anything, even though it does do damage. It does attack. Oh. Something wrong here. I didn't rescue her. I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly about what I mean by the Warden being balanced. Whereas, let's just, I guess I'll put it another way. Oh, here. Put it another way. Whereas the sorcerer can summon two things, because the sorcerer is considered more of like a, you know, can summon and has like elemental attacks from range. The Warden has some protective abilities, can heal, and can summon, but only one thing, not two. Okay, so now it's weird. There's nothing there before. Azura Star, right here. And if you remember in Skyrim, that statue, when I went to Azura Shrine, the statue that was standing, and one hand, the right hand I believe, was holding that crescent moon, and the other hand was holding Azura Star. So that's very cool. Do like that.
An outline. Surely there must be another way. No, my lady, of course not.
Ah, there.
Do as you ask. Come here, Outlander.
Probably built by the Dunmer as well, just like the other one in Skyrim.
It feels strange to talk to an outlander in such a sacred place.
Yes.
But the Queen of the
If I was a
Night
dark
Sky
elf, would I still be
insists.
considered an outlander?
I need to render judgment on an important claim, and she says you can help me reach the correct decision.
Mm-hmm. This is about Chodala and a Nerevarine.
Words of truth from the mouth of an outlander. Remark. The Red Exiles and a few others believe that Chodala is the Nerevarine. He's convinced them, but not me. I came here to consider my options. I fear a bloodbath if I oppose his claim.
Is there not a way to prove he's not the Nerevarine?
Perhaps, but I must remain impartial. If someone else reveals the flaws in Chodala's claims by comparing him to the failed incarnates, that might do the trick.
Aha! Failed incarnates.
We thought the incarnates were possessed by the spirit of Nerevar, that each had a critical flaw that made them destined to fail to fulfill the prophecy. Their spirits reside here. Yes, you should speak to the incarnates. I see Azura's wisdom now.
And I do this how?
Take this pouch of blessed grave dust. Sprinkle a pinch upon the bones of the incarnates to call forth their spirits.
Okay.
Return to Aldrin after you have learned all you can. Perhaps we can curb Chodala's ambitions before they lead us to war.
Agreed.
We need knowledge to defeat Chodala, Outlander. Listen well to what the failed incarnates have to say.
Hello.
Once I was the hope of my people, but then my claim was proven false. Now I wait, and I hope for the Nerevarion's return. State your question, Outlander, and I shall do as Azura urges.
Okay, so it was decided you were not the Nerevarine. Why?
To fulfill the prophecy, I followed a path of blood and war. In the end, my path became a road that led nowhere, and I was cast down from my lofty spot. Take my soul.
To fulfill the prophecy, I followed a path of blood and war. In the end, my path became a road that led to nowhere, and I was cast down from my lofty spot. Okay, so your path led to blood and war. Okay, so to war. How about you? It still amazes me that David Carradine went up against Capoeira. Remember that episode?
Prideful posturing as every other failed incarnate that occupies this hall. Ask your question and then be done
Every
with this.
other failed incarnate that occupies this hall. What ended your quest to become Nerevarine?
The Nerevarine must listen as well as proclaim. I refuse to accept wise counsel, which led to the doom of my tribe and the end of my quest to embody the spirit of Nerevar. Take my scroll and remind the wise woman.
Refuse to accept wise
wisdom
counsel.
ignored
Okay, so you didn't
is ignorance.
take in wisdom. Okay, so that's what you feel. Remember that episode though? Or was it from the... Hello.
We are the failed incarnates, the Ashlanders who proudly proclaimed themselves to be the Nerevarine, but were found wanting. The Lady of Dawn and Dusk urged us to
What
cooperate.
my brother and I were talking about was,
So
because
a
Linda
boss
Carter
will
plays the
voice
voice of Azura, but he's saying keep in mind that that's the voice of Azura, but I was talking to, I mean, that does it mean that she's also playing another voice in here? And then he also was talking about David Carradine from the old Kung Fu series back in the, was it 60s or 70s? Well, there was an episode where he he fought a little bit, not kind of, he did fight a capoeira man, even though, you know, it wasn't quite the capoeira that you might expect with a lot of the flipping that, you know, the way they portray it nowadays, and which is how you see them now when you watch, or the real way, but it was still very cool to see. The other guy, I believe he was he black? I think he was a black gentleman, but playing Brazilian, I think. And even though he wasn't like flipping, he was still doing some of the kicks. What flaw hast thou made that caused you to fail the fulfillment to become the prophecy?
Take my scroll
How about capoeira in a
and
dance
help the
battle?
wise woman see the light on bright power. I thought myself the reborn Nerevarine, for I was the strongest, most powerful warrior in all the land. But power alone won't save my people.
So I was the strongest, more powerful warrior in all the end, but power alone won't save my people, and in the end it couldn't save. Take my scroll. Okay, I thought myself the reborn Nerevar, for I was the strongest boy, so it took more than strength, it probably took wisdom. I think I see a recurring theme here.
Mortal.
Have to be
Let us
wise.
speak.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Talk to Azura. To speak to Azura, her statue. That is the voice of Linda Carter. See her in and she also played one of the character voices in Skyrim. I want to say Delphine, but I'm thinking it was someone else. She actually voiced two characters, if memory serves. Just can't recall which two. Yeah, I remember. I think it might have been like a Dunmer, like one of the shopkeepers. Like one was like a minor one. You know what? Okay, yes, right. I remember now. She played Azura in Skyrim, the voice of Azura. Minor NPC. Okay.
I foresaw your
Linda Carter.
usefulness before
Listen
you
to the
even
voice.
set foot in Vvardenfell. Now comes a test that will challenge your ability to separate truth from lies. You must convince the tribes that Chodola is not the Nerevarine.
Can't believe it. Linda Carter, guys, the original Wonder Woman. That voice you just heard, and you just added a little effect. Did you pay attention to the spirits? Current theme. Tried relying all on his strength. Another one took the path of blood. Took the path of blood and war. Can't call the middle one, but it's similar. Okay. You must convince the tribes that Chodola is not the Nerevarine. Now comes a test that will challenge your ability to separate truth. I communed with the incarnates, just as the wise woman commanded. Oh.
Doversee's wisdom outshines most other mortals. She recognizes the futility of Chodola's claim, if she rebuffs him, however. The tribes will turn on each other, and blood will flow.
Tribes will turn on each other. Okay.
Sooner, it makes Chodola confident.
Okay, so the staff is Chodola's source of power.
Your instincts served you well.
Thank you, Wonder Woman.
Chodola's path took a dark turn. However, my sight clouds when I look too closely. Surfaciel built Sunara, but he did not create it with this vile purpose in mind. You must act on my behalf, and Vivect.
I shall do as thy command, Wonder Woman.
Then go. Return to Aldrun and help the wise woman reveal the falsehood of Chodola's claim. And let Saren assist you. She is my champion and a trusted friend of all Ashlanders.
Oh, a god. Friends with a mortal. I like that. I thought you and the tribunal were enemies. So how do I go about proving that Chodola is not the Nerevarine?
Use what the Incarnate shared with you.
Okay.
Their failures point the way toward Chodola's downfall.
Okay.
But beware Chodola's power. He may not be the Nerevarine,
But some greater agency has lent strength. Okay. Kind of like how Ares likes to kind of push people's darker instincts to benefit his needs. Okay. Nothing to pick up there. Saren. Oh, she's back there. Okay. Take the shrine. Oh wow, she's getting the GH. A horse. Okay, so where? Is this it?
Thank the moon and star. You've returned.
Oh, this is not a... Just... Okay.
The wise woman
We're
returned
back.
from the cavern of the Incarnate and went right into Scar to meet with the tribes. Chodal is in there too, about to be named the Nerevarine. Tell me you came back with something to stop my brother's rise to power.
Indeed. I spoke to 3 incarnates and they gave me these scrolls.
Of course. Use the tales of the failed Incarnates to counter Chodal's arguments. That's brilliant.
Exactly.
Well, except for one problem.
Elaborate.
An Outlander has no status in the Council. The Ashlanders won't listen to a word you say. Someone else has to present the arguments. Someone they trust. I
You?
suppose that means I have to challenge
Or
my brother.
the wise woman?
With your help, of course.
How can I help you if I can't talk during the council? Alright, let's go dispute your... Okay, well... And how do I go about helping you if I can't speak? Aduri is love, Ranso is strength. Okay.
You spoke to the Incarnates, not me. I'm familiar with their stories, but I'll need you to help me choose the appropriate argument to counter each of Chodala's claims. I hate opposing my brother in this. I just don't see another way.
Okay. When should I give you the incarnate Ranso's scroll?
Incarnate Runso was strong and powerful. He thought that by strength alone, he could unite
Okay,
the
Ranso's
Ashlanders. He failed.
strength.
When Chodala proclaims his power,
Love.
that's when we'll refer to this scroll's
his-
sad tale.
Okay, so Ranso is strength. Aduri is love. Ranso strength. Aduri is love. That's all I have to remember.
Meet me inside.
Okay. I do feel as if it's going to be time for another break in a moment.
Must we continue this farce? It's obvious that I'm the Nerevarine.
Stepped forward to challenge your authority.
I'm disappointed in you, dear sister.
No. I shall hear your arguments and render my decision.
Even the Outlander can see that I'm the most powerful Ashkan. My strength alone proves that I am the Nerevarine.
Strength. Ranso. Right. I'm going to give...
Chodala puts forth his great
Strength.
strength as proof of his claim. Give me the scroll
Okay.
that discounts such a trait for the Nerevarine.
Right. Ranso.
Yes, that's a sound argument.
Okay.
Incarnates appear!
As a warrior and as an Ashkan, I was the most powerful of my age. But for all my strength, I
Aduri
failed
is
my
love.
king. Don't
Okay.
fault me, son. The faithless houses dare to threaten our land, but we shall meet them in battle, and I will
this
lead
place
us
is
to victory.
Awesome looking. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Didn't mean to
This
keep
is
you
more
hanging.
nerve-wracking than I anticipated. Which scroll do you recommend to counter this argument?
Oh, I just totally didn't hear. Oh, shit.
This doesn't look right.
Wait. Oh no.
Saren, the Outlander's lies have no place in this debate.
I wasn't paying attention. I was. Okay.
Incarnate, appear!
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
thought the path to the Nerevarine was a path of blood and battle, but my
Okay,
love
he
of
took
war
care of it.
was my undoing. War is not the way.
These failed incarnates prove nothing. I need no counsel but my own, as befits my status as the Nerevarine.
Okay. I need no counsel but my
That's
own.
not right. Try another scroll.
Okay. Donati.
Incarnate, appear!
I refuse to accept the counsel of the wise women of the Archmage.
Ah, wisdom.
Thought I knew best. I knew nothing. That is not the way of the Nerevarine.
Okay, so that's it.
Saren and the Outlander, their arguments have merit. Chodala, we deny your claim. You are not the Nerevarine.
This proves
Oh boy.
nothing. Look how the staff protects
Defeat the
me.
Red
I am
Exiles.
the
No!
Nerevarine. Red Exiles will slay the unbelievers. Circle around.
Is there more coming? Oh yes. Good. Follow. Is this where she went?
Go to my hut and get my healer's sack. Now.
Right
Oh,
away,
man.
wise woman.
You
I
hurt
hate
someone.
what my brother's
Possibly
become.
killed them.
Mortal,
Saren.
I
Oh.
will have words with you.
Ah. Yes. My goddess.
Chodala has been revealed as a failed Nerevarine, but that hasn't dissuaded him from his reckless course of action.
That is
As
always
long
the
as
case
he
of
wields the staff,
megalomaniacs.
he shall be unstoppable.
So, what dost thou suggest?
Time is against you, mortal. Even now, Vivek, that pompous usurper, grows increasingly weaker. As much as I deplore him,
Calls me pompous
Vivek
usurper.
cannot fall to Chodala's vile magic. There's another power, one I can't quite put my finger on.
Listen carefully. When she speaks Azura, you'll hear a little echo that's trailing immediately after Azura, like literally like a split second behind, repeating what she's saying, what Azura's saying, but in the voice of Saren. So it's almost like an overlap of Azura and Saren speaking with like a split-second delay between Azura and Skyrim, but they're saying the same thing. Listen, listen. There must be something I can do.
Return to Vivek City. Do what you can to aid Vivek, and pay heed to my faithful vessel, Sarah. I name her Champion of the Moon and Star. She will play a pivotal role in ending her brother's march toward godhood, if she survives.
See? Survives. So back it up and then you'll hear it. Then I shall return to Vivek City.
That was exhilarating.
I'm sure. Gosh darn it. Passing up all these quests.
Red Mountain's particularly active today.
Hell, my lord.
As a god weakens, so too does his city suffer. I know my people
Sure,
grow fearful.
Red Mountain's going
Even the
nuts back
Archmage
there.
is distressed. But the energy that remains to me holds the moonlit in the sky, at least for now. So what news does my eyes and ears bring to me?
We have discredited Chudala as Nerevarine, but he escaped with the staff Suna Ra.
How this upstart Ashlander learned to attune Sota Seal's
nice.
tool confounds my understanding. He dares use my power? Still, your help is appreciated. Every strike and parry takes us one step closer to ending this threat and restoring my vitality.
I like this set. Creeds of the Warrior Poet. Yeah, look at this. Gain minor toughness at all times, increasing your max health by 10%. Adds 1014 health. Ashlander learned to attune Sotha Seal. Tool confounds my understanding. How do you learn how to even use that, right? That's why he must be, someone must be working through him. Still, your help is appreciated. Every strike and parry takes us one step closer to ending the threat. Okay. Okay, nice. Nice. Oh, I got 2 points. Okay. Okay.
Falls upon us to find the solution.
Puncture. Okay, what can I do here? Also affects the enemy with major breach, reducing their spell resistance. You also gain minor resolve, increasing your physical resistance. Major fracture, major breach. 12 seconds, that's nice. Increasing my physical resist. Now this kind of seems like a good thing because I have those. The bear does magic damage. Pain shards. Skewer enemies with icy shards, dealing frost damage in the area every 1 second over 12 seconds. Arctic wind. Envelop yourself in winter winds. Healing for... Okay, so this is a healing thing. Absorb. Each absorb restores. Shield breaks after 3 projectiles. Frozen Gate. Summon an ancient portal. An enemy that runs over it is teleported to you and rooted for 3 seconds. Okay. You can only have 1 portal at a time and it is removed upon activation. Increases chance of applying chilled to enemies with winter embrace abilities by 100%. I don't get this works like what? Applying chilled. Okay. Scorch. Stir a group of shock that attack after 3 seconds. Okay, so that's good for melee. Chilled. Increases chance of applying chilled to enemies with Winter's Embrace abilities. So just by even putting on this cloak? Sure, I understand. Okay, I'll try it. Under Okay, so wrap a thick cloak of ice around you and nearby allies. Increases chance of applying chilled to enemies. Applying chilled. Icy shards. I hope that's how that works. I'll wait. Glacial presence. Alright guys, so I'm gonna stop here for now, and I'm really getting absorbed in the storyline of this. Great stuff, so see you guys later.